What is up, guys? My name is Sunworld and welcome to the track start to finish. Today is going to be episode 2. Now, last time we created something which sounded like this. In essence, this is the basics of the idea that we're going to be going with for this track. There's much more that we can add to this, definitely, but there's a couple of things I want to do. Now, on top here, I have a reference track, which I'm not going to play throughout the tutorial, but the name of the track is called The Teenage Mutant Real. Now, I'm not going to be copying the track for, say, in terms of like the melody and all that, but what I'm going to be using it for is a little bit more for quality control. Now, I'm not going to be playing it throughout the video because I don't want to get copyrighted, but what I'm going to use it for is pretty much to arrange the track. You know, one of the issues that I feel a lot of people have with techno is that they can create something that, you know, they would consider, okay, this is the idea of the drop, but then they can't turn it into a track. Mainly, one of the things I think that holds back people is going to be the arrangement. So that's what the reference track is there for, in terms of also quality control. Now, there's a couple of things I want to change today in the track, as well as progress it a little bit, and that is going to be the kick, as well as progressing this and starting to get sort of like a layout of it. Okay, now the first thing here that I didn't really like that much was the kick we picked. Sounds good, but what I don't like is how boomy it sounds compared to the reference track that I have. The reference track that I have has a very strong kick on top of it, so we're going to be adding a top kick to this to just get that kick to sound a little bit more fierce, to sound a little bit more heavy. Okay, because as of now, it sounds like, which is fine, but I really want to go for more of an aggressive kick. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a kick channel here, and there we go. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is pick a sample or another kick from here that has a bit more balls to it that we can utilize. Kick 7 sounds pretty good. I think it has potential, so we're going to use that and drop it in here. And I'm just going to pretty much just get that going here. The spider just landed on my nest. Or my desk. I just killed it. All right, so in essence here, we're just going to add this right now to see how that sounds like together. Of course, we're going to kind of get it leveled properly here. Okay, so that's going to be the kick. The first thing I want to do maybe is down pitch it, just because I want it to have more of a deeper vibe rather than a so clicky one. So we're going to maybe go down negative. Okay, next thing is we're going to add a bit of EQ to get rid of some of the highs on it. I'm not a fan of. Okay, and next thing, let's try a bit of saturation to see if it will sound good. Maybe a heavier one. Okay. Okay, from here, let's see how that sounds like together. A little better, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sidechain the original kick, as I just want the body of it. You know, the beginning of it is dope, but I'm not a fan, so I'm going to sidechain that part out maybe and see how that sounds like. Put a little bit here. I'm going to group them together, and we're going to compress them together, as this is my kicks layer, and I'm going to add a glue compressor to do that. And in essence, I'm just trying to mesh it a little bit more. Okay, so around there sounds pretty good. Now I'm going to EQ it one more time just to get rid of, again, highs that I'm not liking. Maybe a bit of a low cut like this. Okay. This sounds pretty good. Now I'm going to add an EQ to that kick maybe, and then... Well, okay, let's add a bit here of a reducement. Okay, so in essence there, I'll leave it as is, but I kind of like more of that thumpier kick. Before we had more of a boomy, sub-boomy one, so I'm going to go with that. The next thing I want to fix are some of the rights or the hats. I do want to EQ them, as I forgot to do that last episode, and we're going to do that right now. Just a standard. The frequency I don't like is this one. Okay, that's cool and all, but maybe a little bit there still, but not as dominant. Okay, that way when the kick and this comes in, let's get rid of the hat first off here on top. Okay, next thing I want to do is, I'm not a huge fan of the reverb. There's a bit too much sizzle on it. That means high frequency. So we're going to EQ those highs a bit more down. Like so. And then here, get rid of this. Maybe like... There we go. Now let's... Okay, cool. And now let's add the hi-hat on the top. Let's get rid of... I really like the hit on this one in the beginning, so I think I did something here which I didn't really like. So let's redo this a bit more. Leave that out high. Let's see how that sounds like. Pull it. I'm also going to add a bit of a sidechain to it. I know some people say you shouldn't, but I don't know. I'm a huge fan of that. I feel like it's needed. Gonna mono the open hat to see how that sounds like. That way it sounds a lot. Okay, cool. Here on the drop, I'm going to opt to have this up. Okay, cool. I'm still not a fan of the hi-hats and the open hat, but I can fix it as we go along with this, okay? Now, on top, I have my reference track, so I do want to get kind of my intro going here. So if we hear this one, I don't think I'll get copyrighted for it. We're going to put it external out. We do have this sort of pad going there, so we're going to opt to do something very similar where we have pretty much the bottom kick here. And maybe shorten that a bit. So we're going to go here, color this a different color, like maybe pink, because it's not going to have the full potential, and shorten it. And then we're going to add pretty much our open, our drums here, the very fast ones as well. And we're going to have this kind of effect. Okay, we're going to add a bit of a pad just to kind of get things going there. It doesn't have to be anything special, in all honesty. We're just using it for atmosphere in the intro. So we're going to do that there. Just grab a pad really fast or something. I think that sounds pretty good. Let's see what key we're in. I always forget. We're in the key of G, so we can add a G pad there. Maybe here. So that'll be good. Cue out some of the lows we don't need, like so. Make it louder. There's this kind of modulation that happens here in it that I don't like. I don't want it to sound this way in the intro, so I'm going to increase the sustain here on it. Make sure maybe lower attack. And now once we move here, we're going to bring in this kick. Yeah, not the bass yet, but just the big kick, which is the right one. So we'll turn that red, more of a manly red. That way we know of the transition. And we're going to add this transition here as well, like noise, just to have it ready to go. We're going to add the open hat now to come in. Okay, we're still going to have that pack. Okay, but we're going to add a compressor to that, and we're going to sidechain to the kick. You know, I could use the LFO, but I'm just going to go with the standard kick up here, the one that we created for it, because it's not that long. Okay, so let's see if we can kind of fine-tune this a bit more. Okay, that sounds a bit cooler, but I don't like how it just sounds very eek. Now, the way we have it right now, I'm not a huge fan of it. The way we have it now, I'm not a huge fan of it. But with the reference track following it, I'm not agreeing to how it's sounding like on my end. So I need to kind of find a way to do this differently. So I know every 8 bars, there needs to be a change. And the energy needs to increase until finally reach something that has pretty much all of the bass lines going. So what I'm going to opt to do is maybe start off with just the hi-hats, but have them a little bit crippled sounding. When I say that word, I mean like they're not at their fullest potential. So maybe having them sound like that. You know, it doesn't sound that bad. Let's see if we can kind of dial back on it. Like maybe like so. Maybe adding a low pass and then pulling back on it or something. So it's like, by the time we reach here, we can open it up all the way. Or slowly go into it. Okay, here, instead of having the kick change like that, I don't like that change. You guys heard, sounds a bit iffy. I'm going to have maybe the kick be here at its fullest potential, but really not that open. Maybe like that. And then we can kind of just grab more noise there. Maybe more noise will be added. There we go. So that way we get that. Okay, and we start to get that kind of vibe to it. Right now the transitions are crap. We need to add a lot of effects to them to just get them to sound a little bit more right. But that's what we're going to be doing here. I think one of the biggest things is that the pad's always pretty much there, and it needs to be a little bit quieter. And I'm also going to have this bass already playing, though, the one we have from the original of the song here. Let's add a bit of effects and stuff to get it proper. So let's see if we have any to use right now. So what I'm going to do is probably use this one like this and have it here. And it just... So so that the song starts a little bit with like a bit of white noise there, but we're gonna have it sound a little different because it's just too loud. I'm gonna EQ it to cut the. Let's add a bit of reverb to it if we can, just to get it. And then maybe the pad can start to filter in more as well, so that that transition in energy works. Because right now, as you guys hear, we have an issue with the track in the sense that as we move along, it feels the same in energy-wise. Yeah, let's keep that going. I really like the way that sounds. Maybe even this sound could go up a little bit, so it's just all like that. Let's keep the hats down more because I don't like how they're going up, so maybe we'll just go up here like that so that we get the sound. Let's put this effect. Okay, let's keep that bass going as well. And then maybe we can kind of fine tune this back down here. And then we can kind of move it along. Yeah, so that's where, you know, we can kind of get a bit of movement going on in the track there. So let's see what else we can do. Okay, so I'm going to be adding a bit more effects to this. And honestly, I'm going to break my rule of using only one sample pack because I do need something else to go. Maybe not this effect is needed. Maybe something like more simple I think would work. Let's try that. And then here we can bring in that low end from the perk bass, I guess, back down. I think I'm gonna add maybe like a low cut to it all. Not so harsh, but just a bit so that it doesn't sound. To the beginning of the track, I think that would make sense. That way we get this change. And then we automate it down here, back down to around 30. Let's bring the bass here back up. Here in the changes, I think I want to have little transitional cue. like maybe adding like some reverb or something. Maybe like an endless smile would kind of fit a lot better there, and that's what I think I'm gonna do. I just need to have elements that will help transition this just a lot more better. Okay, the pad, what I'm going to do with it is as it opens up, approach this is going to open up and then it's going to close down and fully be gone. I'm even going to go here and do it. Maybe we can increase the volume on it as well. That way we get that transition. Yeah, you know, we got to do a lot of that work till it sounds right to the way we want it. Now here, I feel like I need to add another shot of something. The pad maybe could work if we fix it up. Maybe the reverb is too much. It needs something. Okay, that seems to work pretty good. Let's make it a little louder. And let's automate whatever the fuck I just did with the power. Okay, cool. I feel like maybe it goes too far. Like it goes away too fast. So maybe I'm gonna add a bit more of a longer vibe to this as we were doing here, maybe all the way here, so that way that happens, but it doesn't fully go away all the way until there. So let's see, this pad goes down. Yeah, let's try this now. A bit of endless smile also wouldn't hurt. I think we went a bit too crazy. Let's lower this down a bit more. Okay, cool. It's still sounding a bit roughy there. I'm trying to figure out what it is. It might be the low end. It might be something we're doing, but let's see. You know what? It might be the fact that it has a lot of these lows, so let's give it a... Ava might even be there. Okay, so it's starting to sound a little bit proper. Let's hear it from the beginning. I don't even want to come in straight away with this, in all honesty. I'm going to filter this in all the way. I'm going to do it like this. There we go. All right, I feel like the pad needs to come in a little sooner as well, so we're going to do that there. I think it's this guy here, so let's make sure it comes in way sooner where it's audible. This needs to be maybe a bit louder. Make this louder too. Here, maybe. Okay, I'm still not liking. It needs like a help, transitional help or something, because once that change happens, it kind of just goes into its a little bit too loud, I think, on this fucker here. Maybe what we can do is this guy here, maybe a little lower on it, so there's a bit more weight, so it's not all high-endy. I think there you go. Okay, so I think doing this maybe helps a bit because I didn't like the way it sounded so high frequency. The kick, so here it sounds a bit proper. I'm more of a fan when it's like there. Because here it's just too much high end for me, so. Here I'm going to get rid of everything, so it's more of maybe we don't even need this. Maybe we can bring in this shot too here, like just very fast. Maybe to just tease it a bit. Maybe we can try that. Or maybe not even have melody to it, but more of just like a. I'm gonna make another version of this which is a bit more sustained because I like the way that done sounds like, but I want it more sustained so I can play around with it a lot more. This is too punchy right now. Just give it. Or maybe just like a standard bass, like going dun, dun, dun. Yeah, maybe like that would work. We'll try that. Let's get rid of this here so we can just do it ourselves. Still playing with it. Here we go. Okay, these aren't going to come in for way later throughout the song, so we can get rid of them there. So we're going to push this forward to the right here, but let's see that. Maybe higher. Maybe like a little burster wouldn't hurt. I don't know if this is too soon in the track, honestly. If you guys think it is, let me know, but we're just going to fucking do it. And we're going to add that there too. Fuck it. I want it, dude. It sounds dope, so I'm going to fucking leave it. If it feels right. quiet down the fucking pad too. Shut up. That's what I'm gonna say to it. Just automate it down, man. Let's add this effects here. Okay, cool. It's starting to sound pretty good. I feel like we need a bit of white noise here. So let's see if I can create it or get some white noise in this. The thing is I don't think I have a techno pack that has that kind of white noise, so I might have to go for maybe some EDM-ish white noise. We'll see if it fits, man. But we'll check it out. Let's just go. Just need white noise, really. Let's just make it so that it doesn't sound so high frequency piercing. My ears are hurting right now from that, but we're just gonna do this. And let's just unwarp that. There we go. Okay, so let's hear. I'm also gonna make this a bit quieter than the drop itself so that we get a bit of like dynamics going on, because when the time we master it fully and we squish it, we won't hear the difference. So we're gonna have to do this. Okay, let's go. Hey, mamacita, dámelo, porque quiero saber cómo bailas a mi techno, mamacita. Oh man, there we go. Just gotta feel it, guys. When you're making music, just get into it, I guess. Dance to your music. Okay. It's sounding good. Let's not get cocky though. Still, you know, we are gonna work on the mix more for sure. Maybe try to get it sound a bit better, because right now there's a lot of shit. But yeah, I like that. One thing I did want to do was kind of have this transition here be a little bit more like a bridge. So what I can do is I can EQ down the fucking kick so it doesn't it go away instantly, but we get a little bit of it here. So here, like that. Let's get the fucking drums right now into like a drum bus group as well. And we're also going to do it to that one there, just like this. Check it out. So it sounds a little better as well. So we're going to do and then maybe no drums should drop. Oh, you can still hear the fucking reverb from the hats because we're using returns there on them. But if they're all getting the same amount of reverb, we can just take them off and put it here so that we don't get that. Not all the way though. That white noise is just too fucking loud. Maybe they'll quieted the kick. I'm not gonna lie, that kick is bothering me in the highs. Maybe a little bit higher. Maybe a little less lows too. And maybe a bit of stereo, so we're gonna add 2 voices here and then leave 1 there so we have a bit of mono. And then again. maybe the open hat there as well. And then bring that up so that it's a bit loud. There we Okay, let's see. Get this right. Maybe not too much reverb. I'm adding release here so that it kind of has a tail once it lets go. Like that. Because it already has a lot of reverb from this side, so let's lower that too. You know, it has this sidechain on it, which is killing it, so that's the problem there. But we're gonna add it here. Yeah. Oh, now we're talking, man. Now we're fucking talking. Maybe here instead, go to a lower. Here I am gonna automate a bit of reverb maybe, so it comes up here. Here I want to have these clap, pa, pa, clap, pa, pa. Okay, so we're starting to get there. We're starting to kind of get this right. I can't believe it took that long to get that first part right, guys. But when it comes to transitioning and stuff, the hardest thing about it is just getting everything right to where you need it to be. Now let's hear this because I still think it needs a lot more work, but maybe you don't fucking have this shit. I don't know why we added it. Let's see, maybe no more. Nah, we don't need that. Hell, even no fucking. Maybe a bit more of the kick should come through now that we've gotten rid of the lows. The pad could be a lot louder for sure, so we're gonna allow it to be just because we need it to be louder. So let's see if we can change that there. Go back to that. Oh, that's the wrong one. Let's try here. Let's put it up here. Like magic, bro, like magic. Okay, I feel like we do need a lot more like bass shots, so we are gonna add stuff like that. But here, I feel like we need to have some white noise, man. I don't know, it's just the EDM side of me or something, but we definitely need some more white boy noise. Okay, so we can maybe add it. Fuck hell, you know what? I know you guys don't like the Cashmere sample packs, especially the techno guys. Hey, but you can use them, okay, for any genre. I mean, in essence, all we need is some fucking white noise, my dudes. So we're gonna have to add those sweeps up, and we need some long one if we can. Just all white noise. That's all we need. Maybe that would work. Who knows? We'll see. But let's try it out. You never know. So let's try it. Here, I'm not sure if I want this fully out or fully closed. You know, I do want the highs back on this, so maybe like that. And then maybe more release on this fucker right here. Not as much white, like sidechain as well. No, might be too much. Let's see if we get rid of it. By the time it goes away, okay, let's add the claps I wanted to add. So we're gonna do that here. Just gonna add some big ass claps. That's all I want there. In fact, we might be able to use the clap preset from the pack, the Paradox pack. Because it does sound close to what I kind of in my head envisioned. So we're gonna use the tra tra or the FX. It's one of these clappy do, I think. There we go. Okay. And we're gonna add a bit of reverb if we can on this. I feel like the reverb needs to come from not this one, but somewhere else. So we're gonna get rid of that, and maybe a plate or something, or convolution reverb. Now I'll use a little plate. Let's keep things simple. Just get rid of the lows on it. Woo! That hit right now on the vape got me, man. I'm like, whoop whoop whoop. All right. Anyways, we're gonna add it here. Oh fucking hell, that's too much. And we can even bring these. Okay, cool. Okay, dope. Okay, now I'm gonna add like maybe more shots to this, bass shots if we can. I'll put them in the drum bus for now, honestly, but we'll see. We might have to do like a bit of experimental sound design or just use the sample effects if we can. But we need something there that can kind of mess. Maybe like on the beginning, we can try that. Low. Lower. You can mess with that a bit more. Can lower maybe the pitch a bit, or let's see what changes the pitch on this. Lower this down. Maybe these things are coming a bit too soon. Like maybe this part here, we can save it for the second part to give a bit of variation. We're gonna add a bit of noise though to definitely get that. I'm gonna use that knife effects transition somewhere around here. I think that sounds pretty good there, just to kind of transition it. Or here. Okay, we're also gonna sidechain those sounds. Boom. Similar to this one, I think, which is gonna just make it sound a little bit more like it belongs. Not so much reverb though, because it has too much reverb. Okay, let's see if we can keep the pad going. I feel like it's missing something, and it could be just that pad. If we can just bring it in here, we can maybe do something. Just like this. Let's bring it back up. Now let's hear. Here, we're just gonna keep going. All right, let's keep the pad. But in this part here, as we move along, we're going to start to bring in the original melody that we have, which is... we might hear this playing something like... something like that, so we can introduce the sound a little better. And then from there, we'll go into the first break, second drop, and we'll go from there, guys. But as of now, this is what we have. This is a fairly long video. I'll try and edit it so it's not as long. But I hope you guys have fun. We did the intro in a sense, and now we can move along. In the next episode, we're going to keep moving forward till we reach the breakdown. And hopefully next episode, we can also create a proper break for this track that we are working on. But you guys take care, ninjas. I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.